Well, hey, and you thought I wasn't gonna make it. Y'all, you know what it is. It's the Soul Spotlight tonight. Art imitates life, y'all. Let's go.
I'm a filmmaker. I've worked in film, video, and television for over 30 years. I took a little break, but now I'm back.
Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Art Imitates Life. I'm Tanya Dixon, and the greatest place to be for your news, entertainment, and everything going on tonight. So this is the Soul Spotlight. I couldn't get out of my mouth. Remember, I said last night we were going back in with the Soul Spotlight. I've been taking a little bit break, just kind of relax a little bit, but it's time to get back in there tonight. So tonight, I've been excited about this interview. This man here, he is a dynamo in the celebrity stylist hair world. He's been doing things. He's the hair doctor. He's been doing things for quite some time, and I'm so excited to bring him. I'm just tripping on my words. I'm so excited. So we got Dr. Boogie in the house, host of All Blacks, My Main Problem. I'm so excited about this. So you all sit tight. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor, and I'll be back to kick it off in just a few moments.
Art Imitates Life with Tanya Dixon is being sponsored by Candyland Global, bringing your multimedia dreams to life.
Well, hey, like I said, it's time for the Soul Spotlight. And I know tonight, you're going to get a chance if you want to hit us on the comments and ask any questions or anything like that. Just do it, because we do that. Sometimes we like to interact with the audience and let you get involved and kind of see what's going on too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get ready to bring in Dr. Boogie. Y'all about ready? Because I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, let's go ahead and just bring Dr. Boogie in. How you doing?
I'm so good, and I'm so happy to be here with you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I know you are the busy man. Like right now, like you told me, you're already working right this second. You're working with Don Cheadle as we speak,
I'm actually
and you
working
took
with his wife
oh, his
Bridget,
wife.
on,
Okay,
on a
okay.
project that they're doing, and she's a beautiful woman. It's a new client for me. So, but I said, you know what? I still got to run out because I made Tanya Dixon a promise. I'm gonna run down here because we are in Malibu. So I ran right down here to the
Okay.
beach. It was a perfect excuse to run away for a minute. So I'm enjoying the view and talking to you.
I know that's right. I thank you so much for being here. I'm excited because I have watched you for quite some time since your days of Bravo's Sheer Genius. I watched you bust onto the scene and then I kind of followed what you were doing. And as a matter of fact, in a little while, I'm going to show you how we've met before. I'm
Oh
going to
boy,
show you my pictures.
I'm
No, you look
scared.
fine. It's me. Just look at I like a wet cat, but we'll get into it.
Stop it. That's okay.
I'm
I probably got
telling
this mask right here because I ain't shaved in about a month and Sundays, so I'm looking kind of rough. So I'm with you there.
well, you are a busy guy, and I cannot blame you. You got to do what you got to do. But I just want to take a moment and just kind of ask you, how did this whole thing start for you? I was always been curious about that. How did you break into just doing hair in general, and then we'll start talking about how you elevated into being the hair doctor. So, how did you start doing hair just in general?
You know, doing hair in general, literally, I was, living at home with my mom and growing
Mm-hmm.
up, of course. And, I lived in a situation where, there was a little battering going on, and, every
Mm-hmm.
family's not so perfect. So when my mom would go through different instances with my father, I would always get behind the couch and comb her hair because as a kid, you really don't know what to do when things like that happen in the house.
Right,
But,
right.
that's my mama. So, I would kind of
Mm-hmm.
get behind the couch and comb her hair or do anything just to basically make her kind of stop crying or just make her feel better.
Oh,
And going into her hair, I just felt like I had this magic touch and I always calmed her down. And then as I got
mhm.
older, I just always wanted to, do someone's hair. So when I turn them around and they look in the mirror, they feel good. For me, it's not even about the hairstyle. I mean, of course, I want to
Mhm.
give you what you want. I want you to look good, but I want you to feel good inside. That's more important than anything.
Right. I can totally understand that. So, at what point in your young life did you start to learn that you had a talent for doing this hair?
Wow, how old was I? I was probably about 16, say about
Wow.
16, 17. I started doing hair with a guy named DeAndre from the town. He was really the hairdresser. And then,
Uh
I went to
huh.
school and I started doing it. We were doing hair shows and stuff. And for, I had like a client here and a client there. And my mom
Wow.
managed these apartment buildings. So she turned like a little room into a little studio for me and put a shampoo bowl in there. And I just kind of started doing hair and making money. And I used to be like, Mama, look how much money I made today. Look how much money I made today. I literally stopped going to
Oh, wow.
high school, stopped going to high school
Really?
to go to hair school.
Okay. That is so
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay. And so, at what point did you just decide? I mean, did you just decided from there you weren't going to look back and do anything about education, or did you just continue walking forward with what you had?
I just let God lead the way and I just followed the path.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the greatest. I don't even have patience to read a book. This is crazy, but I don't think I've ever read a book. I tried to
Uh
go back
huh.
and get my what do you call GED. I went back
Right.
like recently, like 2 years ago. I looked up my old
Mm-hmm.
school grades. I used to get bad grades, but all the teachers loved me. Like it's
Right.
amazing, growing up now and looking back 20 years later, but it was interesting because I didn't get good grades, but I always was into everything. And I guess just I had a personality. So I just got through up to like the 11th grade, the 10th grade.
Uh
And I
huh.
was like, I want to go to hair school. And there was a program that you could get into when you kind of like was in the half a day ROP program. I got in there, I
Right.
went to hair school, and I never looked back.
Oh my gosh. That is so wonderful because most people, they kind of struggle with
Right,
what they want to do. You
right.
walked right in, and the doors kept opening. And I felt the same way myself because I started going to medicine, but then entertainment doors kept opening.
Hmm.
And so, therefore, I just kind of walked with it. And my
Hmm.
sister actually went into hair, but it was kind of a chore for her at first. And then she got used to it, so I can
Yeah,
understand the
yeah,
world and dealing with people and dealing with clients and, and so much,
yeah.
So, at what point did you start to make the shift into doing stuff with more profile individuals? What was the first break that you got where you were dealing with people on more of a high profile level?
Well, basically, I had a hair salon in Richmond, California, right on the corner, right across from the police department.
Hmm.
And I was doing hair. It was called Too Outrageous, and a movie came to town, and Morris Day was in the movie. And so,
Okay.
I'm very bold and chippery, especially when I was young. I'm an old man now,
Hmm.
but I went up to his trailer, and the push waves back in the day that they used to wear.
Uh huh.
He had the little metal clips in there, and I was like, "Yo, I could do much better than that. I got a salon right across the street. Won't you come over there?" And lo and
Right.
behold, he came over. I like told all the ladies, get out the chair. Oh my God, Morris and Jerome is here. Get up. And it was a fun day. The ladies were all in the salon. They were excited. He was there with Jerome, and we took pictures. I did his hair. I
Right.
lined him up real good. And after that, it was like his wife owned an agency in Hollywood for hair and makeup. Actually, she
Right.
never represented me, but I came to Hollywood. He was my first client, and
Uh
I was
huh.
staying in hotels, sleeping in my cars, going back and forth from Oakland to Hollywood. And then eventually, I just picked up the clientele. I think that then I met Eve, the blonde
Right.
bombshell, and
Right.
I gave
Right.
her. We played for to this day photography on the roofs, dress ups, taking fabric we done bought downtown LA, making cheetah dresses, and then Eve
Right.
became famous. So after that happened, it
Hmm.
just kind of fell in place. And then Eve, then Lisa Ray, and then Kamora Simmons, and then it just kept going and
Wow.
going and going. So it was a
That
fun
is
journey.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That is so wonderful. And irony, the first interview that I ever went to where I was kind of being schooled on how to interview was Morris Day in the time,
Mm.
like way back. Yeah, that was, I'm dating myself, but that was back in the 80s.
Date yourself, girl. Dating yourself means that you have education, you have experience. There's nothing wrong with dating yourself.
Yes. Yeah, that's back in 1988. I'm trying to see if my little dude is okay. My little co-host is in here coughing tonight.
Oh,
You
what's
okay, buddy?
wrong with him? You know I love doggies. Is that a doggy? What's that
Yeah.
doggy?
Let me get him for you, so you can
Yeah.
see him. Because I think he's trying to get some attention.
Oh
Because
yeah,
how come the
he wants
coughing
love.
stopped?
Right,
The
because he
coughing
wants
stopped.
he know I got a lot of dogs. He trying to be MVP. I got
As a
about
matter of
20
fact,
dogs.
you just hey, one of your dogs just, oh, you're doing a little cough, and I'll get him something after the show. But one of your dogs just had puppies, right?
Yes. I am
Oh
always
my
looking for puppy
god.
situations. I love my babies. That's another business that I own. Show dogs.
Oh,
I have a girl, Karma. She's a champion. We do the shows, and she shows out, and I shine her up with
really?
hair products and get her together, and the handler comes and take her, and she wins shows. So that's really
Oh
fun
my
for me.
gosh.
Yeah,
So that is something else that you do. Oh my
I know,
gosh.
right?
Well, I
Teasing.
want to know. And so you worked with more stay, and you started getting out there, and you had your hair shop and everything. At what point? How far in there before you started doing more TV stuff? Because like I said, I recognized you at first from Hair Genius. How was the gap? How long was the gap in there when you were working with celebrity clients before you started getting on more of a national, international level?
Well, what happened is, I came here. It happened really fast for me. Like, there's like Trey, the guys that I looked up to that were doing the Mary J. Bliges and all that. Nico,
Right.
I looked up to those guys, and that was like amazing to me. But when I came to Hollywood, it literally happened so fast for me. I was walking
Wow.
up to Vivica Fox in the club saying, "Girl, I can do your hair better than that. With that ponytail you got, I can hook you up." And just being bold and just having a good spirit with people. One thing just led to another, led to another, led to
Right.
another. And then
Right.
one of my clients, she's a casting director, Jackie Pittman, and I used to do her hair.
Okay.
The show Sheer Genius came out, and she literally
Okay.
called them up and said, "You guys cannot have a hair show if you don't have Dr. Boogie."
Oh my
And basically,
gosh.
that's what happened.
Well,
I was
one
immediately
thing.
casted. They casted me immediately on the show, like because
Oh
I
my
kind of only did
gosh.
celebrities at that time, and I wasn't like a hairdresser in the shop. So all those other
Okay.
people were. So, and I almost got booted quick. They tried to boot me fast. So I said, well, let me start a fight or something and try to figure this out because you ain't gonna boot me off of here quick. But it
Right.
was a wonderful experience.
Oh my gosh. I had some photos that I had pulled out there too. I don't know if you
Oh
want me to
Lord,
show some of you. Well, let's just see.
yes,
Like
her
dirt
big
and
old thick
tag.
beard. Uh,
Yes. And I remember this photo a lot. Let me move out of the
yeah,
way. Let me move out of the
yeah.
way. So you've been out there for a long time. And I just had so much respect and watching you on the show. I was just captivated because I love reality anyway. I was just captivated. I had to see who this guy really was. And then what happened is you came to the BET Hip Hop Awards, and I had the opportunity to interview you on the red carpet.
The
And it
beard
was one
hip
of,
hop board. Oh
yeah.
God, you're dating me, huh? No.
Yes, it was a while back. And I tell you this, it was warm that day. That's my day. I look like a wet cat. But look at what you did that made me feel better. Look at this. You started
No
swabbing my
way.
face for me. Yes. And you
No
started,
way.
yes, you started swabbing my face and helping me out, helping me through that. Because I was
Oh
really,
my goodness.
see, I look like a wet cat, like all the way.
Girl, it was hot out there.
Yes, it was. That was
What?
Georgia, Georgia all the way,
Baby?
honey. That was Georgia all the way.
That is wonderful. They actually gave me a show there too for Spring Bling. I would interview the people. Like
Really?
opportunity just kept coming. But you know what it's all about? Being a good person and
Uh-huh.
having a good personality and mean well. You
Right.
know what I mean? Shit
Right.
will happen.
Right.
Shit will happen.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. I got that. I totally understand. Now I know that you, like you said, you work with Lisa Ray. You've worked with I was in Takara, um,
Takara, every black
uh,
girl you can think about in Hollywood, I've been with.
Vivica, different. Oh wow! At what point did they start declaring you as the hair doctor just because everybody was going to you, and that's when you became the Hollywood's hair doctor?
It was really like I said, it all happened. So like when I met,
Mm-hmm.
I was with my friend. He was from my town too, Joe Exclusive. He came from our
Right.
town. He came here. He opened up like a little hair and makeup agency. He hired me to do Kimura. When I went to do Kimura, I literally never left. Like it went
Really?
from 1 day to 5, 6 years. Like
Oh wow!
I moved to New York, and did the whole thing, and I was like her personal. And then that's when I really met a lot of people. At that time, I was battling between Lisa Ray and Kimura. They were trying to figure out who was
Really?
going to give me the most. And then, Lisa Ray got married, and she took me to the islands, and
Uh
it,
huh.
it was it was just a wonderful experience. What it is, I love doing what I do, and I love
Okay.
building Barbies. And if you notice, most of my clients are like human Barbie dolls.
Right.
So,
Right.
and what girl don't like to be beautiful and have somebody dressing her up? I
I
love to
know.
do it. Yeah.
That's why
Hey,
I like to do it myself right now, but I figure at some point I'll have somebody else that's working with me a lot more
right.
to help that thing. Now I want to get into the whole thing in my main problem. Before we get there, I want to talk about your beauty line. I want to talk about how it came to be and talk to us more about it. I'm going to show a picture real quick. I love this picture. Let me move out of the
Who
way
is
again. Oh, I love that. Your Dr. Boogie's hair care therapy system. And I actually wanted to go here, go here. Tell us a little bit more about the products. As we can see, I'm going to put on my glasses so I can actually see a little bit better here. All right, so we have a hair conditioner, hair detangler, hair and scalp oil, pure hand and body lotion, and then we have, I can't read the other last one, but I got the
That's
box
Hold
here.
It. It's called Hold It.
Okay, because you know what, y'all? Dr. Boogie has sent me the products.
I'm so
I was
glad
so
you got it on time.
excited. Yes. And so I got it all right here, y'all. I'm trying to get the lighting right on this because it's got a glare. But
Actually, the
I
first one to get that box, you know that
really,
the
oh
box
my
that tells
God, I
you it's
love,
not it hasn't been out yet because that's now we have a distribution deal for the stores. I'll be starting out in stores in Detroit, and
oh
I
my
had to rechange the
gosh.
packaging, so that's the new box. And if you look inside, it gives you all the details.
Yes, oh, and I love this. I love how you have the show and everything, like yourself. Well, you got to think for the show in here, but you have yourself on the inside. I love that,
I'm like
and you
Cleo.
have
You
the
can call me
details
now.
on the box. Yes, I'm going to take this out so people can see the box here real quick because this is like super neat.
I've
This is
always
like
wanted to
super
do
neat.
the be able to call a hair doctor. So that first thing you see right there, that's what it's about. Somebody should have a hair emergency and should be able to call a doctor or an expert and find out
Oh
what to do.
yeah. So
Right.
that's what that is. I'm fighting with my lighting, but so you all, I know you can't see it right now, but he has the writing is all on the inside of the box. That is so doggone cool. That is so cool.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
tell me the inspiration behind your doing your line, your
You
hair care
know,
line.
I really am into. So here's the deal. I don't like to work too hard,
Okay.
and with my clients, I love them dearly. But as I was growing up doing hair, I had so many clients
Right.
because I'm not the one that was really. If you will find some banana peels and some buns with diamonds glued to them from the back in the day when I started, but I really wanted
Right.
to get into hair care and teach women how to take care of their own hair. I was always been. Let me teach you how to do it. Let me teach you how to grow your hair out. Like, don't do that. Like,
Right.
think about when you get old, honey, you walking around in the wig ain't got nothing to stick to like this right here.
Right. I
You gotta at least
understand.
have some hair left. I was just
Right.
always into hair care and trying to help people from afar because
Mm-hmm.
I used to move around a lot, Texas, LA, and I just always had clients that wanted to see me. So my thing was, let me just teach you how to maintain your hair, keep healthy hair, and then we can do
Mm-hmm.
all these styles. But I
Okay.
couldn't be with everybody all over the world. And the number one thing was using this product that had so much alcohol in it. Like
Okay.
we go to the store, people buy shampoo, they look for the deal. Well, the deal is you're buying it cheaper, but you're buying a lot more alcohol. And we all know Black people
Oh,
don't need African American, Dominican,
mhm.
people with coarse hair do not need any alcohol in it. They need to
Okay,
feed it. The Jerry curls, you
right.
got to feed it, moisturize it. You
Okay,
too, girl, you got to put that wig on. That's why I said I saw that picture. I'm
okay,
gonna send her some bionic hair oil because you can do
okay,
all that, but you got to feed your hair and take care of what's underneath of it. And then you
okay.
take it off, and then you mad at your hair, and you get mad at it, and put the wig back on. But the only person you should be mad at is you, because you didn't treat it
Right.
right, just like a boyfriend. You don't treat his ass right, he gonna leave, girl. On the way to 7-Eleven, he gonna go somewhere else. And so will
I
your
know that's
hair go
right.
somewhere else.
I understand. I understand, and I'm so glad that you talk to people, talk to women and men about hair care because sometimes people get caught up in style only and they
Yeah,
forget about their own care. I mean, the
yeah.
care of their hair. And I can say that I was guilty of that in years, and we'll talk off camera about.
We all are. We all are. And I'm not here to judge
Yeah.
anybody, but every day you can press the reset button. In my life, I've pressed that reset button to restart my life so many times, and I thought that was going to be the last time. But you can
Right.
always press the reset button and start today and take care of your hair.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know something? I really want to talk as we talk about taking care of your hair. I want to go into your show, All Black TV, your show, My Main Problem, because
Yes.
I am so impressed with this show. I found myself being emotional too because I have my own stories. And I
Mhm.
was like, this is just so wonderful, so lovely. So let's talk a little bit about My Main Problem. You are co-creator of the show, and give me a little bit more of your inspiration. And I love some of your your terms and all of the show. Let's go to some of that too. But how did it come about? Give us an idea of how it came about.
Again, that same friend of mine,
Uh
Jackie
huh.
Pippen, the casting lady. So you gotta watch these
Okay.
friends, but honey. See, when I was growing up
Yes.
watching coming to Hollywood, I watched Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn
Uh
Monroe had a
huh.
whole bunch of friends, and they were publicists. So I learned it
Ooh.
wasn't about the celebrities or the people that's
Right.
doing this, that, and the other. You gotta hang out with people who can get you in the door, who can get your name in the magazine. There's a method
Yeah.
to this madness. Don't get caught up
Yes.
and do the right thing. Things can happen for anyone. But
Yes.
basically, look, I get excited when I get talking about that. You gotta ask me the question all over again. Look, here's what it is, really. Look, I'm on the
Uh huh.
beach, honey. See, look, I'm on the beach.
Oh my goodness. Give me a shot at yes, give me a shot of that because
But,
we ain't got no beach over here. I'm in Atlanta.
and I get distracted when something good runs by. So wait, tell me what you said.
I
I saw
understand,
something.
I
I was
get
like
that.
this. Whoa. Yeah.
Always time for peeping. There is always time for peeping. But I just want to know how the show got started. You said that,
Oh yeah.
Jackie, your connection with her. And you're absolutely right about that because I am also in a place where I would like to elevate in some different ways. And you're right. It's the 6 degrees of separation
Right.
when it
Right.
comes to that. So
Yeah.
definitely that. Now, the main premise of the show, so that people out there who haven't seen yet and can go and take a look, give us a layout for the audience of what My Main Problem is about.
So before that thing distracted me, Jackie basically, she's connected in Hollywood. She knows some people, and everyone. Jackie loves me. I love her dearly too. Pittman Casting. She told her friend Allison. Allison actually created the show, and it's her
Okay.
show. I'm a co-producer on the show.
Okay.
And she just was like, Boogie is perfect for this. We went in. At first, my show was actually at the OM network, and things changed rapidly, COVID and all this. And then I got an opportunity to be on All Black, which I'm very
Right.
excited about because being on
Okay.
All Black. Oh, who's that handsome fella? Mwah.
Just as
Being on,
cute as he could
I
be.
know, right? Well, you too. But being on All Black is good for me because it's a streaming network and I don't go away. So it's like the
Right.
message is my whole thing is a message. And we went different routes with the show. But of course, when I started shooting the show, I wasn't into any buffoonery. I didn't want to snatch wigs off and make these women feel more uncomfortable than they
Right.
already are. So,
Mhm.
it was a little bit of juggle there, but we got it together. The format is wonderful. And I just, I
Yes.
try to explain to the producers and everybody is these women are really suffering. And through that process, they saw like hair is very important. And when you're putting a wig on, it's not about just getting cute. You could be
Right.
covering up something, going through something. Just because it's
Mhm.
pretty don't mean you're happy. You
It's
know what I
true.
mean?
Hmm.
So I know that about women because of my situation, with my mom.
With your
And when they
mom.
gave me the opportunity to do that, and they said we can make women feel good, buffooning them is not important. That's not what we gave the show for. I was hands down. But as you see, we break down and we cry because who is
Yeah.
our Paul Mitchell? Who is our Vidal Sassoon? I'm so grateful
Right.
for All Black for giving me that
Yeah.
opportunity and being on that platform. And you see, they put it on WE TV because they're sister stations, so it
Right.
aired on WE
Okay.
television as well.
Okay. Wonderful.
So the
Yeah.
message got out there good. And when we started filming the show and the stories just really naturally started coming out, there's no producing there whatsoever. And it's just a real show. And I think the message is good. And we need something for us because they tell us how to get cute. They tell us how to spend the money. They show us what we should look like. But who's helping us on what we should look like so we can feel good inside? That's
Okay.
the biggest problem is what you see in that mirror. A lot of
That's
people
right.
go their lives and don't even look in the mirror. You know what I mean? So the
Hmm.
biggest problem is what you see in that mirror. So my goal is just to get women comfortable. The sun is popping. To get women comfortable with what they got, who they are. I'm no psychiatrist. I am a
Right.
licensed
Hmm.
cosmetologist. But
I
at the end of the
got you.
day, my job is to make a woman feel comfortable, whether it's a hairstyle or just look good and just feel good about herself. That's what my goal is. And they allow me to
Okay.
do that on all grounds.
Man, and what I love about it is that you keep it so real with the women, and I know that some of the women were not ready to let go of their wig and do anything with their hair. And when you go and plop those wigs and hair pieces in that trash can, I almost fell out the first time I saw it. Has the reaction ever been like really crazy, or each one of them has been really accepting when you've done it?
No, not really. They want their hair back. A lot of women, and some really just leave it in the trash can. But I do respect them because some of those girls had wigs that cost thousands of dollars. So,
Okay.
I get it, honey. We ain't doing it like that.
Yes.
So I just, it's really, I get it. Like, I get it. I had things that made me tied to it, like having a beard or having hair. I would never go bald headed. Never.
Right.
And one day my
Right.
friend said, baby, you need to cut that shit off. You're looking like
Right.
Bozo. And I said, you know what? You're right. And I did it. And I'm lo and behold, that shooting that show with no hat on is like something I wouldn't even go into a restaurant with a hat off. Like if they
Right.
said no hats, I said,
Uh-huh.
okay, then I'm not coming in.
Wow.
So that
It's
was
because I
a thing for me.
Yeah, because people don't really seem to realize how much we depend on the hair as a part of our look, especially when we're meeting and seeing people or people seeing it for the first time. A person can have on anything on their face and makeup or anything or not, but that hair, folks see whether there's some there or not, whether it's good or bad or whatever, people see that. And I never really noticed until as the years went on and on, and I look back at some of my hair, and I saw some pictures of myself like last week, and I told the guys that they put some guys I used to work with, they put the pictures out there, and I said to myself, what the hell was going on with my hair, and why did you choose that picture? But it was me that felt that way. I felt so embarrassed because that is the image that we see
Right.
when we look at a
Right.
person. It is so visible what's on the head,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's no hair or not. That's what's there. And I never really knew that people were so emotional as I started to really look and think about it. And a lot when I was watching your show, people can be
Yeah.
very emotional about hair.
It's
I
really your
actually,
crown. It's a true crown. And if your crown is
mhm,
hanging off your shoulder, you don't feel good or look good because your crown's supposed to be sitting up and you're supposed to be standing tall.
right. I have a few pictures for the show as well. Was this at a reveal?
Was this at a reveal? Yes, at a reveal. Me, Ruby, and
Okay,
Shelly.
okay. And then I have a here where you were actually, I guess
That
you were
poor
just
baby.
taking off. Oh,
She
you were
was really,
taking
she had a
off for
really
hair.
sad story.
Oh, okay. I totally understand. Then we have another picture here. I wish I could show clips, but I know that YouTube they don't like us to do clips, and so I just have to show pictures, and we
Oh,
just
well, they
kind of
can
have
go
to.
watch clips on All Black or my
Okay,
Instagram. We have plenty of them.
okay, yeah, because I am forever famously in trouble for showing
You too.
clips and things. So I had to stop. I had to break my habit because I kept getting slapped on the wrist over and over. I came out of TV. I mean, I did broadcast TV. That's what we do.
Right.
And
Right. What do you
so,
do? Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
you're doing
when
a
it,
great job.
Well, thank you very much. Well, everything that you have done, I mean, like even down to the charitable work that you've done to being a consultant with award ceremonies and all kinds of things like that. Give us a little layout of that for the people out there. All kinds of ceremonies from the Grammys to what name it. Just name some of the ceremonies that you have actually been a consultant for.
You know, what happens is like I work for like bosses. I would say boss
Hmm.
interests, bosses. I don't like calling them bitches, but Debbie Allen is the boss in Hollywood, and
Right.
that's one of my main
Hmm.
clients. And what happens is when you're good at what you do and you're reliable and you're there, they give you tasks like, okay, we're about to give the show, this award show or this play, whatever we're doing, the Hot Chocolate
Right.
Nutcracker, over 200 kids. You know, they give
Right.
you the responsibility to take on that role. And you know, it just happened one time after another, after another. I mean, I've done it all: the Grammys, the Emmys, the BET Awards. I used to rock that all the time for years when they come to LA.
Wow.
You
Uh
know,
huh.
106 in Park in Florida. Like, it's just I can handle a large production for one thing, and I can handle people. And a big part
Okay.
of it is when you're working with the team is knowing how to talk to people, regardless of
Right.
what level they're on. Just knowing how to
Hmm.
talk to them, making them feel comfortable. Because when you make somebody feel uncomfortable, then the job is ruined. Because if you piss me off, I'm leaving.
I understand. I understand. Well, the thing is, and I was going to ask you about the hot chocolate nutcracker. I was very curious about that. And you said this is young people
Hmm.
that you work with in this. Okay. And I really wanted to know when it comes to what advice you would give someone who is trying to follow their dreams as far as being a stylist, hairstylist, or breaking into the industry in any kind of way when it comes to the beauty world. What kind of advice would you give to that individual?
What I had to learn, and I learned, oh, here we go. I gotta stop looking. What I had to be what I had to learn. I'll tell you a really good example. So I went to job, one of my first jobs. A friend of mine, he was a wardrobe stylist, and you know, I had to learn. I
Hmm.
had to connect with people who were doing what I want to do, and you know,
Right.
leave. Which was this is a very serious, sad thing right here. Actually, I was dealing with one level of people, and I'm not talking about money wise or lifestyle. I just had friends that were into something else and they had other goals. Well, I literally
Okay.
had different kind of goals. So I literally it was hard to disconnect from those friends and find people and
Right.
make people in my life that were doing things that I wanted to, like wardrobe stylists and other makeup
Right.
artists. I wanted to follow those dreams. So basically I met a friend, Mark Littlejohn, and this is amazing because Mark Littlejohn got me in LA. He was from LA. He brought me, he used to come down to Richmond and visit me. I would come here on the weekends. He worked for Rap Pages. Remember Rap Pages?
Yes, I do.
Right. See, and you know that was a Hugh Hefner. I think that was Hugh Hefner's company. So he worked for
Uh-huh.
Rap Pages. Larry Flint. That was a Flint publication. I'm sorry. And
Okay.
he worked for Rap Pages, and he would invite me down to be the hairstylist. So what happened
Okay.
was on those magazine shoots, they would hire celebrities to do the fashion segment. So
Okay.
that he would hire me as a hairstylist. I would drive down here. My first person I met was Lisa Ray and Isaac Hayes, and that was
Okay.
for Rap Pages and Ice T's wife, the original wife. And I met them
Okay.
on a photo shoot. And in the beginning, it was all about, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, that happened, and I had to go do another photo shoot. So I didn't know, I didn't even care what she was doing in the photo shoot. This is so funny. So I get her
Okay.
in my chair. I got flowers, girl. I'm about to tie her hair up in a weave. That's like me wrapping damn daisies around what you got right now, putting a bunch of girls. It was a bunch of bullshit. I don't know what I was doing. It was all about me, is what it was. And I
Right.
learned that day that you're working with a team of people. You need to work with the photographer, the lighting, the makeup artist, the wardrobe. We need to see where she's going to be positioned. You know what they did with her? They took her ass out there. She was a stunt girl, and they put her on top of a helicopter. All that was gone. She was hanging by one leg from a helicopter. You can find it in my first Rap Page TRT magazine. It's in there to this day. They hung her from, and she got on a weave. You don't hang no black girl with belly edges upside down. So it was all bad. The wigs
Okay.
and the graphic designer, they worked it out. You got me crying. You know, I'm sensitive.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
they worked it out, and I learned from that day forward. It's not about me. I'm working with a
Right.
team of people, and you gotta work with what we're doing. So you got me cracking up shit.
Oh
And that was
man.
don't interview, and that was my first little example. And I said, okay, from here on out, I'm not. It's not about me. It's about the look, the magazine, what
Right.
we're doing as a team, baby. When I learned that, other photographers, hairstylists, makeup people, they love to work with me because I got in
Right.
there and I got it. And then
Okay.
Boogie Secrets is my company. And, I keep people's secrets. I don't care. It's not my business. I don't care what you're doing in your life. Don't worry about mine. I won't worry about you. I don't care what y'all do. I've never
So
been
that's what
involved
it
in
is.
business.
Boogie secrets is that
Yeah.
you see things, and something that is something very profound. Because I've been in interviews for many years, and we see stuff, but you keep it, you
I don't
know.
even remember. I smoke pot, girl. So if they get to asking me some shit, I don't remember what happened last week. Let alone you trying to ask me about somebody's business. I can't even remember who I slept with last week. So don't ask me nothing about no shit like that. So,
I ain't mad at you at all.
that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Oh gosh. So where does Dr. Boogie want to go? I mean, you've done a lot. So and you have your hair care line and everything, and you work with everybody. You're the hair doctor. You know, where do you want to go with
Well, I
everything?
kind of retired a few years ago, like low
Hmm.
key retired. I haven't done care for the public in over 10, 12 years. But I hear people's
Okay.
stories and I help them out. I'm very helpful. I take
Right.
heed to people's stories. And
Uh-huh.
I just been working on myself. Before I shot that show, I literally mentally had to work on myself because if you're serious about what you're doing, you're about to digest a lot of people's energy. That was
Right.
12 girls that whose energy that I literally had to personally. I wasn't just standing there listening to their stories like, okay, girl, I digest all that energy, and that's a
Right.
lot of different energy. So I moved away like to the woods for a while, just me and my
Mm.
dogs, and I just kind of just didn't work, had no bills. I just wanted to save money and don't pay bills because if you ain't got no bills, you ain't got to go to work. So I just
Right.
got out the grid for a minute, stayed in a trailer park out in the woods, and saved
Uh-huh.
enough money. And now I'm building my house from the ground up, cash, and
Ooh.
I just wanted to do the right thing because you see a lot of people not preparing for the future.
Right. That's true.
And that's
That's true.
people don't know this. They don't really like when I say it, but I work at a mortuary also. So like
Okay.
it's one of
Hmm.
the things I do. I prepare people for their ongoing. It's very peaceful to me
Right.
though. And at that
Ooh.
time though, it just when you see people going to their next journey, it just makes you wonder. Yeah, I talk to them. Is
Hmm.
this did you do what you wanted to do? Like, and I always tell people, do what you want to do. It ain't nobody
Ah,
judging you. All them nosy people that's talking about your family, they ain't either mad, jealous because they can't do it. Live this life.
right.
It's your life. Live it and do what the hell you. Don't disrespect nobody. Don't steal. Don't rob.
Right.
Don't hurt. Follow the
Hmm.
rules, the laws of God, and everything. But live your life.
Don't
Even if
harm
you're doing a
others,
little
but
bit of
live your
naughty shit,
life.
live your life. Everybody got a little naughty
Right.
in them, but just live your
Yes.
life and have a good time. That's the
That's
message.
great, great. And I thought about what you said about when you're looking at that vessel laying there. Did they do what they came to do when
A
they
lot
were
of people
here?
spend so much time pleasing someone else. Like
Right.
you really do. You spend so much time. I used to do it.
Hmm.
Let me go get this house because X, Y, and Z don't like the ceilings and doing
Right.
everything for somebody else to make them happy. The day that I learned to do shit for me, making sure my
Right.
family is happy, I speak to people, I respect people, but I literally said, I'm about to do me and
Right.
learn how to do self love and please myself, by my sing self, and just have a big goal. And my big goal is my house that I want to
I
pay
know that's
for, get
right.
rich, and be done. And
Ah,
dreams come true, girl. I tell people all
right.
the time, dreams come true.
I know that's right. And you are your authentic self. You do you. As a matter of fact, I like this one picture. I hope that you're okay with me showing this picture, but I
It's
love this
okay. If you
picture.
got it, it's okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving this picture here. I'm like, damn, do it.
Yeah.
So I just say, that let me know that you just do you. You don't worry about what other people say, think, and that's why I put
Oh,
it in here.
I could care less
That's
about that. I have a son. My son is 20. What, my Lord, forgive me. He's like 27 years old. I got a grandbaby. My son loves me. Everybody knows, like, I did an interview one time, so I was like, "Oh, you gay? What difference does it make who I
right.
sleep with? Like, are you trying to
Hmm.
sleep with me, boo, or you got some hookup for me?" But other than that, that's like, what difference? You might as well ask me what I'm packing. It's all personal information. Like,
Right.
people get so caught up in what people doing and who they sleeping with. What happiness is
Right.
happiness.
Well, something that is precisely why you are successful at what you do is because you just kept yourself focused away from all the crap, and you just focused in on what you want, and those doors just kept opening and opening and opening, and then you learned all the skills that you needed to learn, and
Yeah.
connecting the dots, and see it's not just about the craft of hair. You learn business, and you
Yes.
learn how to maneuver yourself in this business, and that's what it takes, you
Oh
know.
yeah, I actually just from my mortuary experience, I was, I worked with Debbie Allen, and I was telling her about it.
Right,
She created a show about the whole thing, so I'm actually out, pitching a show with Debbie Allen. We're both creators. Like, how did
right.
that happen from a boy that didn't even graduate from high school? So it doesn't. You just gotta
Y-
have drive. You know what I mean? And be
yes,
respectful and stay good to people and be genuine. You want to cry,
yes.
cry. You want to fucking pout, pout. You want to ask for a dollar. Don't steal, don't rob, and just be good with people, and they'll be good to you.
That's right. I get that. I thank you so much. You know what? I know it's about time. I'm looking at the clock here, and I know you got just a few moments
Wait,
before you got to get back.
they already texted me, said that they're done with the interview, so that means come pack your shit so we can cut the set.
Okay. Well, I am so glad that you have taken the time to come and talk to us. I know you got to get back to work. I really appreciate you so much. Before you go, you want to give your social media for people? You want
I
anybody
do.
follow you? You can.
I do. I want to also tell my son, BJ, I love him dearly. He's in the military. He's been in there holding it down for a long time. I told him to give him a shout out. Good son.
All right.
Uh,
And then
my
shout out to
social media.
Makeda.
I know, right? My social
Yeah.
media is Dr. Boogie. I have a few of them. So basically, if you just Google me, I've done a good job. Dr. Boogie, you'll find me on YouTube, Instagram, the whole shebang.
All
I'm not even
right.
good at that stuff, girl. I'm telling you, but hey, I try to keep up.
I'm learning myself. You know, we got to get these really young people who are they do it all day long. So,
Baby, let me tell you, I need to take medication. I need to take medication dealing with that damn social media.
I know that's right. It is a bit much, but I want to
Yeah,
thank you so much for your time. I know you got to get back to work. I don't want them screaming at you, and you heading on back there now, right?
yeah. And it's actually funny that where I'm going now is with the production I'm
Uh huh.
working with. The guy that I'm working with used to be my old roommate. Now he works with Mark Wahlberg,
Really?
and he's hiring me to do jobs and shows.
Oh, cool.
He went from couldn't pay his rent to getting kicked out to now he's giving me jobs 10 years later.
Right. There's that 6 degrees of separation.
It is. No, but you
Still,
got to be good to people. They'll always be good to
right.
you.
That's true because
Yeah.
people don't understand when they're climbing up that ladder. Sometimes you might have to go back down or go back over a bridge, and they think that
Mm,
they'll never have to go back, and that's what
that's
happens.
the amen. Hallelujah to that.
Yes. Well, I thank you so much for being here. I want to give you an open invitation to come back and visit with us anytime. You know, because I love having you here. We can get deeper into
Thank
a
you.
lot more things. Tell people again, uh, my main problem, just so
My
that
main
they can.
problem, it airs on All Black. It's streaming. You can watch all the episodes right now. You can go get the full tea and get ready. So if you ever end up on All Black, my main problem, you'll have a little bit of idea what's going on. But it's a great show because it gives you a little bit of advice. But most of all, it gives you courage and confidence to how to deal with what you got. And if you need to talk to the doctor, you can go to my Instagram page, Dr. Boogie _ Secrets. Hit book now, and we can have a live conversation just like me and you are right here.
I know that's right. So y'all go ahead and hit Dr. Boogie because I know you got some questions. You know, I do too. So I'll be hitting you. That's for
Please
dang
do.
sure.
Enjoy that product also. Use that oil.
I
Oil your skin.
will. I will definitely will. And I will definitely be in touch with you really soon. Okay.
Okay,
I can
honey, I'm
see you.
sorry. I'm
You go and
driving
get
and
to
looking at
work.
the same time.
I know you go and get to work and keep looking. Don't hit nothing.
I know. Okay, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. All right,
All
you
right.
enjoy yourself. Take
All right.
care.
Bye bye.
All right, bye-bye. Well, y'all, we're gonna get to some of my social media real quick, and then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna end the show. Thanks to Dr. Boogie. All right, let's go social media. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Art Imitates Live with Tanya Dixon. So be sure to like and subscribe, and also check us out on all of our other social media. You see how quickly time flies. already on the other side of the interview, about ready to end the show. My little co-host, he's over there taking a nap now. He doesn't even care what's going on with me. He was doing a coughing earlier. He doesn't even care. But I thank you all for tuning in. I thank you so much to Dr. Boogie for being here today. I've been wanting to catch up with him again for some years now. And thank you also to Makeda Smith, for coming in with Jasmine Public Relations and coming in and helping me with these interviews. And also with Chef Cat last night. You've been wonderful, wonderful. And I thank you all out there for looking. You saw my social media just now. So make sure that you like and subscribe to all our pages, and here on YouTube as well. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you can always know when we are doing a show. And if you want to be a guest on the show, or you have comments or questions about anything, be sure to hit us. You can my website, info@Tandiland, that's TANDILAND.com. Or if you want to just do Gmail, do Tandiland, again, TANDILANDAIL@gmail.com. The AIL, of course, stands for Our Imitates Life. So make sure you tune in. Now, got more shows coming up. This tomorrow night, we are in the living room again. And I just thought about it. I better go ahead and just give you all a preview of what we have going on tomorrow night. It is the topic. We got What's the Tea? I'm sorry, who spiked the tea? I forgot I changed it. And we'll be doing loyalty. Does your loyalty cause you to take things more personal? So that's tomorrow night in the living room. And then also next week here on the Soul Spotlight, next Thursday, we're going to have actor and comedian Michael Collier will be in the house. So make sure that you tune in and check us out for that. Okay, so a lot coming up with this show. And also Wednesday, I'm going to put that up this week on social media, mother-daughter-ish. They're going to be on that Wednesday night. So we got a lot. And I'll tell you more about our big living room on tomorrow night's show. But I thank you all for tuning in once again for Our Imitates Life. I always enjoy myself being here. So, like I always say, good things come to those who believe. Better things come to those who are patient. But the best things come to those who never give up. And y'all, after you listen to Dr. Boogie just now, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. You can end up almost anywhere and somewhere positive and wonderful at that. I better go. My voice is getting a little hoarse. But I'm Tanya Dixon. You all have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next time on Art Imitates Live. See y'all.